We are live with the winners of the Green Hunt. We've got McCoy. Say hi, McCoy.
Hi.
And Crystal, Jared.
Hello.
And Lincoln.
Hi.
Do you know how to spell your name, Lincoln?
Lincoln.
Awesome.
job.
Good job, buddy.
Perfect.
Good job.
How do you spell your name, dude?
MCCOY.
Good job.
So these are the winners of the March Hunt. Someone's texting me. I think they're texting me, telling me something about the feed. Oh, no, they're not. I thought they were asking me if we were on. I was worried. Is there anyone on here yet? Yeah, there's one viewer, so at least people are seeing it. So it is live somewhere. So we're going to wait just a second to see if anyone else joins, and then we'll get started. So did you go out looking yesterday too?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes?
Yesterday we were so close to the golf ball. So we did look in some parks.
Parks.
In some parks?
Yes, we did.
I figured someone yesterday would look in some parks.
And we played in some parks.
And you played in some parks?
Yeah. In all 3 parks we played.
So you went to 3 different parks yesterday.
No, 2 yesterday, 1 today. So.
Fun. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We just had that one viewer, but some people will rewatch it back. So, all right. So, a little bit about you guys. Like, have you played before? Is this your first time?
This is our first time. I just had found it on Facebook and mentioned it, and he happened to be off work this weekend, so we're like, okay,
We
let's
have
sign up.
2 more keys to get done.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
The
he
Easter
already
key
wants
and
to do.
and the bone key.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Before we even go further about the others, the bone key is going to be like a totally different thing. So it's going to be like a murder mystery. Someone has been murdered in our city, and you have to figure out and solve the whole thing to get the key. That's how you'll find that key.
So fun.
The Easter one will be more like this one, where it's more like riddles and clues, that kind of thing. But then the bone one's going to be tough. I'm going to make it really hard on you. You're not going to find it on day 2, I swear.
Oh, no.
So,
Hopefully we find it on day 3 because Dad and me have work and school.
on Mondays,
Mhm.
what if it takes a whole week and it's the next weekend before you find it?
We could do that.
That might drive some people crazy, a whole
Probably
weekend.
would.
It drove me crazy. I was up till like 11:45 last night, like
Just
looking on
at
Google
stuff.
Maps and like watching the YouTube video. And then I got up at 6:45 this morning. I'm like, maybe he posted another clue.
That's too funny. So you saw it on Facebook?
Mhm.
That's how you figure it
Like-
out, right? Like,
That's how I found out about it. It was on Facebook. Yeah.
Was it on like the Boise Bench Dwellers?
Yes.
Like,
I
is that
think
where you
that's where
saw
it
it?
was.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, I'm glad you.
Are you on the
Join
Broncos team?
I'm not on the Broncos team, but I put trips together for Boise State.
that's cool.
We're on the
That's
Broncos
why
team.
you see Boise State stuff. This is my office for that, really. This
But
is
we're
just
on the
scrub.
Broncos team.
They were fans of the
Yeah.
Broncos, huh? Yep.
Sweet. Well, I'm going to the NCAA tournament. I was hoping they were going to the NCAA tournament, but
Yeah, the Broncos stadium is letting people go to.
it's going to be fun this year, huh?
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Like, when you go, you can come over here and say hi.
Yep.
This is where we tailgate at before every game. Or if you're cold and you need to warm up, now you know where you can come.
Say,
That's
okay.
pretty much what we do here. That's how I got in this little place, because it really started as just a place that I had for football.
Oh,
Right.
nice. Yeah.
And then it turned into my True Blue Travel
Okay.
place for meetings and that kind of thing. And now we're doing this here too.
Cool.
So, all right. So tell us like yesterday. So I'm going to read yesterday's clue, and then you kind of tell me like where it took you. Like,
Hey, go ahead.
Okay.
all right.
Here you go.
Okay, so yesterday's clue was 'twas near sunset, the end of the day. Not wanting to be a pain, Stuart came out to play. Round and round he looped down as he headed towards the hill. All he ever wanted was to find a big green thrill.
So where did we go first?
We went to a park
We went to Stewart's Gulch Park.
and then another park.
We go to the other park right after. We went to Sunset Park.
So how'd you figure out Stewart though? Like you figured
Me?
out the Stewart part.
I just put it into Google Maps, Stewart, anywhere in
Stewart.
Boise.
And then so we saw Stewart Gulch and we saw Stewart Gulch Park. So that's where we started, is Stewart Park,
Yeah.
Gulch Park. And then we were thinking like playgrounds because it says play.
Yeah.
And then round and round he looped down. We kept thinking maybe like a merry-go-round or a slide that goes round and round.
And that park has kind of a twirled slide, doesn't it? If I remember.
It's just a straight
Oh, is it
line.
just a
That
straight
one's a
one?
straight one.
So
I
then we
couldn't
went
remember.
to
I did go there and look
Yeah.
when I was.
Yeah, we went to Sunset Park and we're like, okay, maybe they have like a loop slide, and there was nothing green there. We were like, okay,
Yeah, but
probably not.
we
here.
went there because it says near Sunset. So we were like maybe Sunset Park. So we went there. And yeah, nothing there. We were looking everywhere there.
We drove around that roundabout at the bottom of 36
Yeah.
On Hill Road.
over and over, and I was like, maybe something will pop out. Maybe something will pop out.
And the pain, we thought,
So why
you
did
were
you
like,
make
maybe
a tag
there's
on
a
it?
dentist office right there.
Why did you make a little tag on it?
That says hunt for the key. That way
Yeah.
you know that it's the
The right
right
key.
one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, there's a dentist office right there. So I was like, oh, dentist has
Pain, and it's
pains.
on Hill Road, so maybe and then by that point, I think you put that picture out of the tree,
Yeah.
and there's that big single tree right there on Hill Road, right by the dentist office. So we were looking through that whole tree. Probably looked like nut jobs, but
Where else did we live yesterday?
where else did we go?
At the
What else did we
baseball
think?
fields.
Yes.
They were like running around the bases.
Hillside Park, is that what it's called?
The base. Yeah.
Yeah, Hillside Park, and there's that trail. We followed that trail for a while.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Couldn't find anything there.
There's that
And then
corral.
when the Santa Claus came up today, golf balls. You found 3.
We'll
You
talk about
found
the
3?
same
I
thing
found
later.
golf balls when I was hiding it too. I was like, well, there's golf balls everywhere.
Yeah. So we hit that Hill Park, and there's that corral area, and then there's the trail that goes behind the junior high or middle school. And we were looking all through there, didn't find anything. I think that was the last place we went.
Yeah.
She kept coming back to the roundabout. She really was like,
You were sold
something
yesterday
about
on the roundabout.
Well,
the
then
round
you
and
posted
round.
that picture. You're like, hope you're not going round and round. And I was like, oh, that's gotta mean something.
We're like, roundabout. I don't know.
The then so we got to today's clue.
Mhm.
Seemed like you guys may have already been up in that area.
We were.
when
We
I-
were parked in that
It's
dentist
not
office
a
at
lot of-
noon, and we were like, okay.
You're like, I know it's gonna be something about here.
We started looking.
Is there a lot of money in the treasure chest?
Yes.
That's what they're excited about.
Is there even a treasure chest that we can use the key to open with?
Not on this one, but normally it is. And I was really sad because the two of you found it on the time that I didn't have a treasure chest ready.
What?
I think we started looking this morning around 10:30 or 11, and then we just sat in that parking lot at noon. I was almost. We thought about
Were
going
you
up to Bogus
finding
Basin.
the key?
No, I hid the key. I put it where you found it.
So we
Cool,
almost
yeah.
went up to Bogus Basin this morning at 11, and that would have.
That's a good spot to hide. If we would have went to Bogus Bay again, there was other people at the golf place.
Looking too.
Yeah, and then
So
they
you
were
ran into
back.
someone else that was looking too?
There was somebody right by us when we
Huh?
found it. It felt so bad.
I'm sorry.
Hey, that's what it's all about.
Right?
Perfect timing. Okay, I'm going to read Clue 2, which came out obviously at noon today. All bagged up, a mashy, brassy, and a flat stick 3. Is that a sign? The arrow points to the key. A long road of yips and hazards lay ahead. A little green is on the rock as it lay in its bed. So you'd already been by and seen probably the little animals and stuff that were out in the. Did you see those that were?
The quails, like on the driving range?
Yeah, like there's like
Mhm.
Mom, no, it was.
coyote and a quail and some
I
other
haven't
things
noticed
out
the
there.
Quails.
There was like 3 or 4
Yes,
things
yeah.
out there.
Okay.
But we'd driven past that golf course like 3 or 4 times
Yeah.
over the past 2 days until this clue came out.
So what did you get the key?
You rolled out and stuff slightly.
So I'm not a golfer, neither is she. So we had to look up Mashy, Grassy, and Flat Stick, and it said golf course. And that first trail that we were at by what's that park called?
Hillside Park.
Hillside Park is right next to the golf
So
course.
how did you find the key?
Daddy's talking.
He's gonna hit it. We'll ask him in just a minute. So we went back there. We went back there first because it's right next to the golf course. And what does it say? The rock in the bed. We were thinking hidden under rocks. There's like a little stream that runs right there. So we were flipping rocks over. And when we were doing that, we saw some other people that we could tell were also looking for it. We went up the trail a little bit and we're looking at rocks that were near trees. There's actually a rock in one of the trees, like halfway up, just sitting there. And I was like, this has got to be it. And I picked it up. Nothing. I was like, I'm like, and then I just
There was an arrow on the sign right there, pointing towards that tree.
This tree. I was like,
okay.
There's green moss all over the tree. So I was like, oh, there's green on the rock.
That would have
It's gotta
been
be.
someplace I would have hit it had I
Yeah.
seen. That would have been perfect.
But then when I read a long road of yips and hazards lay ahead, I was like, okay, it's laying ahead. That means it's got to be the start of the golf course because like as you start, you're at the very beginning and all the hazards lay ahead. So, and I looked up what yips means too. So I was like, that's where it's got to be.
Remember what it means?
Like wrist pain or something?
I
I
have
don't know.
Oh,
That was just because of the little things that were out in
oh,
the.
that's right.
You were reading way more into
Yeah,
it than
like
I was.
when I looked up yips, it was one of the meanings is wrist pain. I'm like, well, maybe golfers have a lot of wrist pain if you're out there all day golfing. I don't know.
Yeah, like the coyote thing that was out there. That's where the
Okay.
yips came from.
Okay.
Like, and so how did you get? So then you left the area where the creek bed was down
Yeah,
more
it was
towards
Hillside Park.
on hillside area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went up to the golf course entrance, parked farthest away from the driving range where we found it, and started looking. There was some signs right there at the beginning. I was like, maybe it's by a sign, and there was rock beds. We like combed through all the rock beds. She's like, they're gonna kick us out. I'm like, well, if they do, they do. I don't know.
Like all the rock beds on the side of the road right
like
there.
right where it says welcome and
Uh-huh.
like Quail Ridge
Yeah.
Golf Course,
Yeah.
like right as plain as day, everyone turning in was like, what are those
What are
people
these
doing?
There was one rock that had like a hole in it. I'm like, oh, I bet this is it. This has got to be it. And there was nothing again. So we kept working our way down, and we were right in front of the clubhouse. The people that we saw at Hillside looking under the rock showed up. And I was thinking about leaving because I was like, I don't know where else to look. And when they showed up, I told them, I was like, we gotta keep looking. So thanks for showing up, people, and helping us keep going. I'm sorry.
And they were like, we're stumped. And we're like, yeah, we have no idea
I was
either.
like, I don't know where else to go from here. But they headed off one direction, and we went towards the tree that it was at. And I was like, let's just look through here.
And they went further than the tree we were looking
Yeah,
at.
they kept going farther. We flipped over all the rocks, and I was like, none of these rocks look like they've even been moved. And I went around the backside. I saw something green like in the middle, and it ended up just being a golf ball. And then I turned around and I saw this rock, and I was like, I guarantee that's got to be it. Like when I saw the rock with a little bit of green on it, and then I picked it up and saw that it had this part on the back, I knew that this had to be it. So then
And
we
then the
opened it, and it was
key.
it. Huh?
Were you so excited?
What was that? Yeah, what was that feeling like when
But
Dad
now
picked it
it-
up and like there it was? Were
I
you
was-
screaming? Did you
I was
let out a
screaming.
yelp?
They were trying to, but we were like, not till we get in the car. There's people that feel bad that they didn't find it.
They were right. They were really close.
You're like, you can't celebrate yet.
Yeah, I was like, that could seem mean. Like, I'm not gonna do
Hey.
that. But
If they find it first, they're gonna yelp.
they were pretty excited. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So, well, congratulations. Like some of the, I don't know if there's any questions up there that need answered or anything. So,
Congratulations.
Corey Russell was last month's winner. Like,
Okay.
so Corey Russell won New Year's. Then Stacy, his girlfriend, won last month.
Okay.
So I said, okay, you guys, you're going to help me hide this time. You're not winning again. So this is actually Corey's riddles that we used this time. So they weren't this wasn't my conception this time. This was someone else's. But thank you, Corey. I see you on there. I don't know what you're doing in Hawaii and paying attention to us here. Like,
I'm glad that he wasn't. I was worried that we were trying to find him against him, and I'm like, we're not going to beat this guy. Like, he was fast. So I'm glad you were on.
You kind of did what he did. Like, watching, all you guys out there, when you watch on Facebook, definitely helps because those little hints sometimes can make all the difference. So what's interesting about this one, I made it seem as that you were hunting for a green key the whole time, but the green was for a golf course to get you to think of on the green.
Mom.
And then the round and round, playing rounds of golf.
I was wondering what the round and round was.
Yeah, so,
Mom?
and I knew that everyone would think that it was more of like turns and that kind of thing. Like, so when Corey put that in there, I was loving it. Let me go back to the first one and see.
The one that's driving us crazy is the pain.
What was that?
So Stuart Payne is a golfer's name.
Oh.
We Googled famous Stewarts
Stewarts.
yesterday.
We were like trying to what else could be? But Stuart Payne didn't come up.
Corey, is that what it is? Is Stuart Payne the golfer? Let's see what he says. I can't read what he
He
says.
said, I like that they hunted up and down both parks and the roundabout.
And that's what, so when he and I talked about this, we wanted to send you to Stewart Park first. So you guys fell directly for that, which is perfect. We got you in the location.
Right. And there was another group of people there last night with us.
They were combing through all the fields, and I was like, they've got to be looking.
But they weren't there today?
No, we didn't
see them at all today.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
They thought, well, we looked in that area, we're done with that, and went somewhere else probably.
We saw them and we're like, oh, just pretend like we're playing at the park.
It's hard to play at the park and search at the same. Yeah, but you have kids, so
we
it's
have
perfect.
kids, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
They go play and we kind of look around.
Yeah.
Hopefully we didn't look like creeps walking around the park. But
Hey,
said
at
yes.
least you have kids.
yeah,
Like,
that's true. He said yes
good.
about, I don't know.
What was the question?
About Stuart Payne being
Okay.
a golfer.
Yep.
Okay.
Like, and so that's why that was written that route.
Don't put it in.
Yep, Stuart Payne is the golfer.
The round and round, like I say, talks is, and then he looped down as he headed towards
Can
the
we
hill,
keep the walk?
hill road, and like as you go down from that park, when you come back out on
Can we
36,
keep the walk?
it goes down and then kind of comes back up a hill. So it kind of could have been either way.
Can
Like,
we bring the walk?
you get to keep the rock.
Oh.
Sweet.
That's all yours. Everything you find, you get to keep.
Okay, cool.
And then some. Then you could also take home money with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that we can take the money with us.
Obviously, the big green thrill was more of just kind of on the green and like that I'd put green on it. So I was starting to try to get that out there. And then the tree. So I put it like that tree was like on a green, like it was so green around it. The first one wasn't. So I posted 2 different ones, but I wanted to try to get, because I wasn't putting in my clues exactly where to find it. So I wanted to get that tree out there so that it was obvious to go look by a tree, like a tree that's kind of standing by itself.
Right.
Like it wasn't totally by itself, but it kind of sit there in that little area by itself a little bit.
Yeah. And that, looking at your page helped us because we saw that the last time you posted pictures of an arch and it was in an arch. So I kept looking for rocks by a tree. I was like, it's got to be by a tree.
It's got to be there.
So
last night we even sat by that dentist office and the tree was almost the exact same, like branches, like the way they bent. And I was like, gotta be in this tree.
The one with the sunset or the other one? The tree on the green?
the sunset one.
The sunset one that has
Yeah. And then there's almost a reflection in the background of like a badge scanner. And I was like, okay, maybe he was standing in one of these buildings and maybe like it was behind him.
I was standing at work and I looked at that too. I was looking at like how that reflection was. And I was like, that might just
Yeah.
make people go crazy going, is he talking about the picture or like the reflection and stuff?
Right.
That's what we thought. We're like, is it a business somewhere?
Corey said, "Where was the tree at again near the driving range?" Yes, it was the first
Yes.
tree
Yeah.
that you came to next to the driving
And
range.
Mom.
Right next to the parking lot. Right at the very end of what would that be? The north end of the parking lot.
Yeah, like if you're walking towards the driving lane, all the way to the left side.
Hey,
Stop,
buddy,
buddy.
people are watching.
And then, like you said, all bagged up, mashy, brassy. As you learn, those are all
Term.
Yeah.
golf clubs. So the idea of this with that, and then is that a sign the arrow points to the key? And we talked about the yips and hazards lay ahead, and the little green on the rock. But so right when you drive by there, did you see the little yellow sign for buggy crossing? And it has these three in the back, and it's
Okay.
so the buggies go across the street to that hill and they golf over there.
Right.
And so there was a yellow triangle, a diamond sign, and it had a golf cart with 3 sticks in the back.
Oh, I didn't notice that one.
And an arrow pointing straight down to that location.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll have to drive back.
So it was actually on the road that you would have seen that.
Right.
And I think you were probably so focused on everything but the
Right.
signs on the road.
No.
So
Yeah.
that had the 3
Right.
Huh.
Hey,
and the arrow pointing
Yeah.
directly to it. But I don't think anyone quite caught on to that one. Like I think that one was a little.
we even got to a point when
It
we
was
were
too
up by
quick.
that like
No one had time to
mossy
think
tree
about
with
it.
the rock in the middle. Jared saw a bag of dog poop. And so he looked and he saw, says all bagged up.
All bagged up. I was like, I'm not opening this. But I squished it. I squished the bag.
Oh gosh, no, I would never put it there.
I was like, there's dog poop.
But that's
all
a great
over
idea
here.
now. Like
I was like, how much do I really want to win this?
that's awesome.
Somebody said they found Stewart brand golf equipment. Yeah,
Like
that would have been a good clue.
yeah, if
yesterday.
you don't golf at all. Like
No.
all this was just
We know
luck.
nothing
Like,
about golf.
Yeah.
And you looked it up and
Mhm.
so
we know mini golf.
Yep, we know mini golf. We're mini golfers.
so you stayed up till 11 o'clock last night.
Like almost midnight, 11:45.
All kinds of Google stuff.
Mhm.
Did that help today? Or really had you already been in the right area and so
We
what
had
you did
been
last
in the
night was
right
not.
area. I don't know.
We didn't know where else to go. We knew it had to be in that area, but as soon as these clues came out and we looked them up, it was like golf course.
That's a good hiding spot.
So
Well, I think you guys did awesome. And I bet it's because of you two that they won.
it kept us motivated, huh?
You were the lucky charms, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fun, huh?
Perfect. Anyone else have any questions on the clues or for these guys? I know you have questions like where did I get that key, huh?
Wants to know where he got the key.
Do they have is there any questions over there?
Did you have more, like, if somebody didn't find it, did you have more clues ready?
Yeah, I have tomorrow's clue. I won't share it on there, but I'll share it with you guys when we
Okay.
get it.
I was curious. I was
Like
like, what would have happened if it didn't?
because I won't. The reason I won't share it on there, I got to go onto that computer to get it out,
Okay.
and that's, and that'd be a mess trying to film it.
Right.
So, all right, you guys. Well,
She said, so
Thank
happy
you.
to say thank you.
Someone said
Thank
congratulations. So
you.
happy. Yes.
So how did you buy the key? What store was the key at?
I ordered it online. It's a
Ordered?
special key just for you.
Okay, Corey has a question for you too.
It
Boys,
says, what are the boys buying with the treasure?
what are you guys gonna buy?
I was seeing a huge Avenger Lego set that has another stone we need for Thanos.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay, so Legos.
Legos.
What are you gonna buy with the money?
What do you want to buy?
I don't know yet.
You're not in it.
I can rent out a Jeep, like I have a Jeep, but just different. It's up to you.
A red Jeep.
I mean a big Jeep.
Oh yeah, perfect. That's awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. So the next one is going to be Easter weekend. It'll kick off again on Friday. And I'm going to try my best to make sure it's not found on Easter Sunday. So you might expect it to be a little bit harder, maybe to where you have to like go into the next week to find it somewhere. Like, and really do some due diligence.
Yeah, we can do the Easter one.
I don't know. Maybe I'll make it found on Sunday. That'd be kind of cool, huh?
It's
Look,
on Sunday. It's me,
You
you,
find
and
the
Lincoln
Easter?
finding it by ourselves.
look.
That'll be at work. Can we do it?
That's good. You guys don't get any extra freebies now. We got to make it really hard on you once you want it.
Cheese we would do so. We would have so many money.
That's right.
And I already have $10. And I
Well,
know
perfect.
I had 60s, something in the 60s.
That means you guys can hide the next key, and I'll find it, and then you give me money.
Okay.
But we use all my money, so.
Oh, God. Okay, I see. All right, everybody waves. Say bye.
Bye.
Thanks for playing, and we'll see you guys next month. I think I have to hit in stream as I move everyone around.